except TRRC, we've been approached by agents or investigators from TRRC to find out if they can drain these crocodile pools based on information that some human remains have been given the crocs to feed. But I advise them we don't have that capacity to do that, one. Two, I'm not going to advise them to drain the crocodiles, because if they do, they will scatter and getting them back will be difficult. We don't have the means, we don't have the capacity to do that. I advise them to maybe employ an underground drone, underwater drone, to look at if they would find any bone fragments in the basement of these pools. They can extract them and send them to maybe Belgium or UK to do forensic analysis to know whether if the DNA could confirm they are human or otherwise. As far as I'm concerned, that's the only thing we have with TRRC. And they went there and came back and they heeded our advice.
So the TRRC did employ a drone to look into the depths of the pool?
No, they never did.
They never did?
No, they just went to look at, they just went there, look at the feasibility and came back because nobody wanted to come near those Crocs.
Very well. Please go to paragraph 11 of your statement. Are you there?
Yes.
Within the paragraph, you stated that soldiers collect visitor fees, but the department has no involvement in the revenue collection process.
Yeah, that's correct.
How did the department learn about this?
Yeah, this is based on our staff on the ground there. Since we don't have any ownership of the place, we cannot do any revenue collection from the place, because if you do, we would have asked the accountant general to issue us tickets and we'll be selling those tickets in there. But since we don't know who owns the canning line, the ownership has not been decided or not to our knowledge, so we are constrained to do that, to collect any revenue on behalf of the department or government of the Gambia.
Has this ever been communicated to your line ministry? That regarding the ownership of the game park, but as well as the collection of fees? The collection of fees was never communicated to our line ministry, but we've been subsequently been discussing this at the senior management level for the ministry to take up this matter with Attorney General to establish the ownership of Kanilai, so that whether we can enter into a form of PPP, that's the public-private partnership with private investors in managing Kanilai. How soon does the department plan on working on this?
We will have to, I have to discuss with my supervisor, which is the permanent secretary, to try to see what we can do, because the game park and the military camp is one and the same.
So you can continue.
I mean, the game park and the military camp is one and the same, so that may require interministerial committee try to establish and see what is the way forward for Kanilai Game Park, either to separate it from the military camp or otherwise.
Thank you. Mr. Kasama, I don't know whether you've been following the sittings of this committee, but our third witness, Mr. Kurang, was the secretary to the Jammeh Commission, and the commission had taken the initiative to visit different sites where assets of the former president are, and that included Kanilai.
Right.
According to Mr. Kurang, from his numerous visits to Kanilai, the only wildlife that he has come across was one hyena. No zebras, and of course the crocodile pool was there, but also not this derby eland that is mentioned in your statement. The commission started its visits to the Kanilai Game Park in 2017. So can you please please provide some clarity as to why this is the case, and is it possible that one can visit Kanilai and not find the zebras and the Derby eland?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier on, those in captivity, like the hyenas, if he goes to the hyenas, then he would have seen the hyenas in there, because they are still there, and they were there since Jammeh left. So I don't know why or how he came to miss about that. And the Derby eland and the zebras are in the free range in the park proper. They were there and they are still there. Even if you go there tomorrow, you'll find them there.
So if the committee decides to take a visit, we will find 3 hyenas, we will find 2 Derby elands and 16 zebras.
Yeah, even if you want to go there tomorrow, you'll find them.
Very well. Mr. Kasama, is there a possibility that there are wild animals that escaped the game park before the Department of Parks and Wildlife took over custody of the animals?
I cannot say anything on that because I have no information on that.
Very well. So since 2017, there has only been 2 pythons.
Yes, they never breed.
They never breed.
Yeah, unfortunately, because sometimes wild animals, if you constrain their environment, that will have an environmental effect on them. Naturally, they will not breed. And if the species are subspecies of one another, they may not be able to mate.
Very well. Thank you very much for all the information that you've given us here. Honorable Chair, that is all from the legal team.
Yes, and other animals that are of importance, but you are saying that you have no venue also. What's happened? What's the problem? Can you explain more?
No, what we mean by that in my statement, this is only Kanilai Game Park where Jammeh had animals and keeping animals there. So other than that, there's no other place in the country where I authoritatively know Jammeh was keeping wild animals. That's what I mean by that was the only venue where wild animals are kept by Jammeh.
And the other thing, issue of ownership. With regards to the issue of ownership, you mentioned that up till now you don't identify or qualify who owns the park. So my question is, before you go into Kanilai, the TRRC, the Jammeh Commission, did they inform you about the park in Kanilai, and also were you able to ask them about the issue of ownership?
Unfortunately, we had zero contact from Jammeh Commission. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Now, the statutory employees that are currently working for you, as you already mentioned, they are currently working for you. Now the park, there is no ownership on with regards when it comes to the park, there is no ownership. And you are currently employing staff. Under what condition are you employing them?